So you remember me talking about last video, we were going to go to Ethridge, Tennessee this weekend. We did good last weekend. We ended up in the finals at Jackson last weekend. Came up one light short. So hopefully we can carry that momentum to Ethridge. It's a $5,000 race, and maybe we can turn some more win lights on and maybe turn that last win light on this weekend. I got the 67 out of the trailer. We're about to, I want to change the spark plugs. I want to calibrate the O2 sensor, and I'm going to change the jets and the carburetor. I haven't been keeping up with my O2 sensor a whole lot this year because the only time I'm ever going to really look at it is during a test pass, and I forget to look at the gauge. And I actually looked at it at Jackson. It was reading a 4.7, which is pretty, I mean, it's fat, you know. And we fought with this, you know, with Rupert ever since we put that Rupert carburetor on it. He was wanting to have it like a 5.4. And we've done numerous things trying to get it to that number. And closest I got it was a 5.1 with a 160 jet in it. And it's got a 168 in it. And I had a 160 in it when it was at a 5.1. And I couldn't really tell no difference in consistency of the car. And for some reason I just felt better with it having a 168, because he sent it to us with a 176 and saying it should have been close. But I'm about to lower it down and maybe even put a 158 in it if I got a 158. The other carburetor we used to run, which run really good, that Quick Fuel, had a 155 I think in it, or 154s, or 155, 156, somewhere in there. I've never had it on the car with the O2 sensor, so I don't know what it would read with that carburetor. But I'm gonna try changing spark plugs. Spark plugs got a lot of passes on. That may not have nothing to do with it, but I'm gonna change. I got a brand new set, so I'm gonna change them. See if I can get that number back up, because when it's a little fat like that, it might not be as consistent down track. Where I've noticed that sometimes. So that's what we're about to do. Get the 67 ready for Saturday. All right, one more thing. This is also the race that we're taking the 72. Also, we're taking it on Friday night to test. I'm just trying to keep the videos of the cars separate, because just for right now, because we got a lot going on with the 70. And I'm trying to, you know, do videos with 67 racing. I'm trying not to have them 40 minutes long. So the 70 video with the 70 should be out before this one. We got the front end fixed on it. The front end seems like it's good. The car should be ready. But y'all seen all that already, because that video is gonna be out before this one. So I just want to let y'all know it's the same race. I don't want to confuse nobody. Just testing the 70 on Friday night like you saw, and we're racing the 67 on Saturday. But all right, let's get it ready. Cooking breakfast? Huh?
Yeah.
Sure does smell good. Alright guys, so it's Saturday morning here at Ethridge. We tested the 70 last night. You saw that in the last video. So we're focused on 67 today. Racing for $5 grand today. I did make some changes. If you saw earlier, I think I talked about earlier, you know, I changed the jets to 156 is what I put in it. And I changed spark plugs. I didn't calibrate the O2 sensor. I guess I didn't do that part right now. But But let's see if we can go get some wind lights. All right, guys. So we didn't do that great on Saturday. You saw in the last video we tested the 70 on Friday night. I jumped into 67 on Saturday to race for the 5,000, and I was double entered. Time trials went good. I made 2 passes, and both passes the car run 94. First round, the first entry kind of threw me for a loop. If you saw, I went red. I was like 008 red. I didn't really know where that come from, because at first I thought, well, maybe I staged deeper than normal, but my 60 foot wasn't really no different. So I was like, well, that probably ain't it. 60 foot didn't change. But then, and the car fell off to a 96. Don't really know. I mean, I have an idea what's going on with the 330 not being real consistent. 330 kind of was going back and forth. But then it'd come back to a 94, or it went back to 94 one pass, but it hung around a 95 a lot of the day. I come back second entry of first round, lost my lane, but then I was didn't really mess with my box much because I just didn't really know where that 008 rig come from. So I kind of left my box the same. And it was 007, run dead on with 2, dialed at 95, was dead too. Then come back around the second round. I believe I lost 1 and 1-1 in the second round. The one I lost in the second round, I can't remember if it was my first or second entry, but I lost my lane choice again. Had to go left lane. I ran another dragster. I ran a good bit of dragsters the first couple rounds. I messed up. I had a couple mental issues, not mental issues, but like just I wasn't on top of my game. Like I don't know why, but I'd staged first. I hit my trans brake, and then I let go of it because he wasn't staged yet. I guess I could, stayed on it, but that's just not how I do it. Then I started thinking about the delay box releasing, and then my shifter shifting if he doesn't get in time. But so then I got back on it, and then I was just super late. I hit my bump down 4 times. I was like 77. I knew I was done, and he was actually perfect. He put a 500 light on me. So, and the car fell off again. It went back to a 96. But then I come back for let's see, yeah. So I bought that one back in. I had both my entries in third round, and then I do another mental mistake and just flat out miss the tree, and I'm 39 on the tree and lose my first entry of third round. So I come around for my second entry knowing it's when I go home, it's time to get my crap together. If I don't get it together right here, I'm going home. I had a pretty good draw. I meant, like, when I say pretty good draw, the car I ran was going to be tough to beat. The guy that I was racing was pretty good. I know the car was good. And I ended up squeaking by. I think I was 17. He was 006. And I was able to beat him by 5 thousandths. So we had one entry going. Had that one entry going in the fourth round. I had another pretty tough draw. I don't know the guy's name. I know the dragster. I see it at Ethridge. It seems like it wins a lot there. So I knew I had to be, at least be 00 something on the tree and give myself a good shot. I didn't really know what to dial the car. I felt like it was going to pick up because it just run a 95 with a 4, 95 with a 2. And the temp has dropped, the sun's gone. I kind of figured the car was about to pick up. And it was a 460 dragster, so I was trying to dial it to where I could hold it down and not try and judge him, even though I'm still going to judge him. But I left my box the same when I had that 17 light, and I was going to try and hit the tree better. So when I let go, I felt like it was the same as I did before, so I hit my bump down twice.
I got a bump down at 4th out of my bump. So I pulled 8 out, and I was 005 after hitting it twice. He was 007. Got down there, I was watching my mirror. I thought I had him. I didn't think he was gonna come around me. I did rip it one time. Didn't really kill a whole lot. And I run 96 with a 6 on 94. He ran off too, but he still got me by 11 thousandths. So he may have been lifting. He may have killed some. I don't know. But even if I held it down, it still would have run a low 96. I had a 94 dialed, so it fell off again. Every time I felt like the car was going to pick up, 3 times I put 94 on it, and it fell off and ran 96. I kind of have an idea of what it is. I've had the front shocks pretty tight on the car all year. Like even now they're on 8 on the extension. I had them on 10 for most of the summer because I know why. When I was in Montgomery back in April, I think, when it was really good weather and the car running the fastest ever run, I put them on 10 because it was wheeling so bad, and I just never loosened it up. And I don't know. I was doing good throughout the year, so I just didn't ever loosen the front end up. And then my 330 started acting funny. The last couple months, it's been acting funny. But I've still been able to win some. So I just hadn't done nothing. I started looking back in my records of last year at where my shocks were at, and I had them like 3 or 4 clicks looser, and the car was running better, more consistent to a 330. So I need to loosen my front shocks up unless it just gets really cold. So, which this time of year it very possibly can get really cold. But that day it was like 55 degrees and 20% humidity, so the air was pretty damn good. So I don't know if it'd ever be that good or not, but because that day was pretty cold. But we ain't going nowhere this weekend. I want to go to the 50 grander that's at Montgomery on the 11th. They're actually having 3 $50,000 races, but I'm just gonna go to one on Saturday. That's what I'm thinking about doing. It's SFG putting on that race. I've never been to an SFG race. I've always wanted to go to one. It's the first one they're having in Montgomery. It's not a bad entry fee. You know, it's $225 for a single day, but I'm wanting a double, so I'm kind of we'll see. It's about a week or 2 weeks for that race. But I want to go to that. If I don't, see if something else is going on that weekend. But I'd like to go to that. Loosen the front shocks up and see if the car runs any better to the 330 with the front shocks a little looser. This seems like, I guess with the shocks too tight, it's not transferring the weight like it needs to. But it hasn't wheelied a whole lot ever since that day, ever since I tightened the shocks up that much. Only thing that kind of worries me about loosening the shocks up that much, if it makes a big difference in the car leaving, it's going to mess with my delay box. And you only get one time trial at this big race, so hopefully it won't mess with it that much. But I've kind of wondered why my delay box has changed as much as it has this year. And that's probably why, because I've had my shocks so tight all year, and the car wasn't leaving like it normally does, picking the whistle like it normally does. Probably why my delay box has changed so much this year. But I thought I was just getting old and getting slow in reaction. So I just taking the numbers out that needed to come out. But that's probably what it was. The car's not wheeling like it used to, or transferring the weight like it used to. So because I got the shock so tight, so the delay box has changed. I've had to take more numbers out. But we'll see if we go to that race or not. There ain't many more we'll go to this year. That one or somewhere that weekend. Still gonna try to get the 70 out one more time, or whenever we can. But appreciate y'all watching the videos, man. Hope y'all subscribe and like it and comment, ask whatever questions you want to ask. But I see y'all in the next one.